In February 2022, Russian tanks rolled into Ukraine. Within days, the skies over Europe changed forever. Dozens of countries slammed their airspace shut to Russian planes. Russia slammed it right back, and almost nobody noticed the side effect. Thousands of miles away in the desert, one airline was about to become one of the biggest winners of the entire war without firing a shot, without picking a side, and without even trying. This is the story of how Emirates turned a war it had nothing to do with into one of the greatest competitive advantages in modern aviation. Here's what most people don't think about when they think of war. Airspace is real estate, and for decades, the most valuable airspace on Earth for connecting Europe and Asia was Russia's. Flying from London to Tokyo, you cut straight across Siberia. Frankfurt to Seoul, same deal. It shaved hours off flight times and saved airlines a fortune in fuel. European carriers were paying Russia something like $400 million a year just for the right to fly over it. Then the war happened. The European Union, the UK, the US, Canada, more than 30 countries banned Russian planes from their skies. Picture Finnair. Helsinki sits about as close to Russia as a major European hub can get. For years, that geography was Finnair's superpower, the shortest, fastest way from Europe into Asia. The war erased that advantage overnight. Flights that used to slice across Siberia now had to swing south around the Caspian Sea, over Turkey, sometimes adding 3, 4, 5 hours to a single flight. More hours means more fuel means higher costs. Higher costs means either thinner profits or higher ticket prices that push customers to book somewhere else. Airlines like British Airways, Lufthansa, and Air France-KLM were suddenly flying longer, burning more, and losing their edge on some of the most valuable long-haul routes in the world. Meanwhile, one country never closed its skies to Russia at all. The UAE never joined the sanctions. It stayed neutral, officially at least, and kept its doors and its skies open, which means Emirates kept flying the routes everyone else got locked out of. Polar routes to the US West Coast, daily flights straight into Moscow, while European flags stopped landing there entirely. While competitors were rerouting around a war zone, Emirates just kept flying the same lines it always had, and in an industry where minutes and gallons of jet fuel decide who wins a route. That's not a small edge, that's the whole game. Here's the part that made this so lucrative. Emirates was already built for exactly this moment. Dubai isn't really a destination airline hub, it's a bridge. Emirates' entire business model for decades has been east-west connections. Passengers flying from, say, London to Sydney or New York to Mumbai, connecting through Dubai in the middle. When European hubs like Helsinki got slower and more expensive, and direct Europe-Asia connections got messier, and some of that traffic didn't just get frustrated, it rerouted through Dubai. Emirates didn't have to launch a single new marketing campaign to capture it. Geography and Neutrality did the work for them. So where does the $10 billion number come from? Add it up. Avoided fuel costs on routes competitors had to detour around, captured transfer passengers who used to connect through Europe, steady cargo and passenger revenue on the Dubai-Moscow route while rivals abandoned it completely, and a wave of Russian business trade and relocation into the UAE that funneled even more travelers onto Emirates flights. None of these are hypothetical. Emirates has kept posting record profits. It's been placing enormous aircraft orders, tens of billions of dollars worth of new Boeings and Airbuses, expanding a fleet built to keep dominating exactly this kind of east-west travel demand. Is every dollar of that a direct result of the war? No single airline can say that with a straight face, but the war didn't hurt Emirates. It helped it, significantly. Now this isn't a clean, feel-good story. Emirates has faced real criticism for staying in the Moscow market at all, continuing to operate one of the only Western-linked airlines still flying into a country most of the world was trying to isolate. The airline's leadership has defended it as neutral, humanitarian, moving aid, diplomats, essential goods.
Carrying passengers to Moscow, St. Petersburg. We carry cargo, which is not involved in any of the sanctioned items. So you're carrying humanitarian, you're carrying food, medical, that kind of thing. It's the government's call, the UAE, the government of Dubai. If we are told to stop, we will stop. Until we are told, unless we're told otherwise, we will continue.
Critics see it differently. A Gulf carrier quietly profiting from a war everyone else was paying the price for. Both things can be true at once. That's what makes this story interesting. So here's the billion-dollar question. What happens to Emirates' advantage if the war ends and Russian airspace reopens to everyone? European carriers get their shortcut back, flight times shrink, costs drop. Some of that lost competitiveness returns. But here's the thing, Emirates isn't going anywhere. The fleet is bigger, the hub is stronger. The passengers who got used to connecting through Dubai during the disruption, a lot of them just stay. Wars end. Rerouted habits don't always reverse. In the end, this is a story about how geopolitics quietly reshapes industries that have nothing to do with the conflict itself. Nobody planned for Emirates to win from a war in Eastern Europe. But neutrality, geography, and a fleet built for exactly this kind of moment turned a global crisis into a multi-billion-dollar tailwind. Sometimes the biggest winners in a war aren't anywhere near the front line. If you found this breakdown interesting, subscribe, because this is exactly the kind of story we dig into every week. See you in the next one.